Good morning to all. Today, before we start our class, I'm going to show you a dynamic personality. Can you guess who is he? Right. He is none other than IPS Dr. R.S. Praveen Kumar sir, who is the Secretary of Telangana Tribal Welfare Schools and Social Welfare Schools. Now, children, all of you concentrate on the picture, what I am showing here. And notice what is the difference which you can see in the picture, in this particular picture. If you see, children, I took 6 photographs of equal shapes. Did you identify? All the 6 photographs are same. They are looking same. It means they are having same shape. But did you notice the sizes are different? If you compare the first picture to second picture, the size is different. But the image we can see is same. It means same shape they are having, but different sizes I took here. Now see the next slide. If you notice this slide, clearly we can say that all the pictures, all the images are of same size as well as they are of same shape. So if you compare to the before slide and the present slide, now tell me what is the purpose I took like this. The real life example I want to give for this slide is our photographs. When we go to the photo studio for our passport, did you see how they will take? They will take the print at a time which gets 8 photos, 16, 32 like that. And each and every photo will be same shape and same size. The main reason behind these 2 slides is, in the first slide we can call them as similar figures. The figures which are having same shape but different sizes, they are called as similar figures. And in the next slide, I took same shape as well as same size. So, any figures which are having same shape and same size, they are called as congruent figures. They are called as congruent figures. Now, see this slide. Similar figures. One more example I took here. If you see all the 3 images, they are looking same. First, second, third, if you observe, they are all same but different sizes. So, having same shape, they are called as similar figures. Having same shape and size, they are called as congruent figures. Now you can see the next slide. Similar versus congruent. Clearly you can notice, no children, in the similar right side and left side, if you observe the image, similar side figures are having the same shape but different sizes. And whereas in congruent figures, the shape is same as well as the sizes also same. So figures having same shape and size, they are called as congruent figures. Now, today we are going to discuss about congruent triangles. So, using this concept, we are going to discuss about some of the congruence criteria. Now, children, one more way also we can say that the figures which overlap each other. Suppose, for example, I am taking 2 markers. And each marker, if I keep, they are going to coincide. They can easily overlap one upon other. And they are also having same dimensions. It means same measurements. Same shape. So, I can call these objects as congruent objects, congruent images, congruent pictures. And in other way, if I am showing in the slide, you can see clearly in the slide, if I take the palms of our own hands, one palm will easily coincide like this. So, one palm will be coincide to the other one, where they will overlap each other. Now, everybody try with your own hands. Everybody, whoever watching, you try with your own hands. If you clap, children, both hands will be coincide. They will be overlapping. So, the overlapping pictures, they are called as congruent figures. Now, quickly observe the slide. Fast, quickly answer to yourself. Which figures are similar? Which figures are congruent? Now, if I take A is congruent to G. Is it not? The way of placing the images might be different, but this G figure will be can be easily overlap with A. So, A and G are congruent, and I and D are congruent circles, and H and C are congruent. Now, let me ask you a question. What is the difference between H and L? Can you see first this side, last left and last right, H and L? They are almost looking same, but if you see width of L is little bit more. So, L and H are examples for congruent or similar? Yes, exactly, they are examples for similar. Similarly, if you take D and K, the shape is same, but sizes are the same? No, the size of K is little bit bigger than size of D. So we can say D and K are similar figures, whereas I and D are congruent figures. I hope you got the clear idea what is the difference between the similar figures and congruent figures. And next one, if you see, congruent line segments and congruent angles. Line segments, simple children, 2 line segments or 3 line segments which are having same length, they are said to be congruent line segments. Suppose for example, if I draw the line segment on the board, this is the line segment AB, and one more line segment I am drawing, CD, and AB line segment I am taking 5 centimeters, CD also 5 centimeters. Now tell me children, AB and CD are congruent or not? If congruent, why they are congruent? So clear na? 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters, both the length of the line segments are equal. Then we can say that AB is congruent to CD. Shape is same, size also same. Clearly if CD overlap on AB, they both will be equal. Similarly, congruent angles. What do you mean by congruent angles here? As line segments, 2 line segments measurements are same. So congruent angles also, 2 angles will be same measure. If you see in the slide, this 2 angles, if you observe, they are equal. Is it not? So they are said to be congruent angles. And one more clarification children, you should not see the position of the object, position of the figure, position of the images you should not see. Irrespective of image, we have to think. We have to keep concentration on the dimensions. 5 and 5 both are equal. So whether it might be vertically placed, horizontally placed, slantly placed, whatever it might be. But CD will be overlap with AB. So we can say that this is the exact definition for congruent figures which are having same shape and same size. Now what is congruent triangles? Just we discussed when we will say 2 line segments are congruent, when we will say 2 angles are congruent. Now come to our concept congruent triangles. When we will say 2 triangles are congruent. So simple. All of you see here. Now I am taking a triangle A, B, C, and I am taking another triangle D, E, F. Now in these 2 triangles, 3 sides of first triangle and 3 angles of first triangle should be equal to 3 corresponding sides and corresponding angles of the next triangle. One more I am saying, once again I am repeating children. 3 sides and 3 angles of first triangle should be equal to corresponding 3 sides and 3 angles of next triangle. Then we say that these 2 triangles are congruent. So congruency symbol is, this is the symbol for congruency. When we denote similarity children, inverted S is the symbol for similarity. But when we talk about congruency, this is the symbol for congruency, because here inverted S stands for shape. If they are of same shape, and below is equal to symbol we will take for size. So this symbol we will be using for congruent. Now I said that 3 sides and 3 angles of first triangle equal to corresponding 3 sides I am using. Did you observe a word I am using like corresponding? So first you must understand what is the meaning of corresponding. Corresponding. Because the entire chapter we are going to compare using the word corresponding sides, corresponding angles. So first of all I will start with the vertices children. See, observe here, vertex A is corresponding to vertex D. A is corresponding to D. And vertex B is corresponding to vertex E. And vertex C is corresponding to vertex F. Now did you understood? This is the symbol we will use for correspondence or corresponding. So vertex A is corresponding to D. Vertex B is corresponding to E. Vertex C is corresponding to F. And here we are saying that triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. So whenever we are giving the statement both the triangles are congruent, we have to check 3 sides should be equal in both the triangles, 3 angles should be equal in both the triangles. Now observe the figure. Depending upon the corresponding rule, we have to write which parts are same. Corresponding parts we have to say. We all know that vertices, sides, angles are the parts of the triangle. Now let me compare the corresponding sides first of all. So here children, can you see single line, double line, triple line? In the next triangle also, clearly I mentioned single line, double line, triple line. Now, AB side AB is equal to side DE. Right? Now next, side BC is equal to side EF. Now what is the other side? Come on, tell me quickly. AC, right? AC is equal to DF. So I compared the three sides in both the triangles using corresponding property. Now next I must compare the angles also. So angle A is corresponding to angle D. So angle A should be equal to angle D and angle B should be equal to angle E. Angle C should be equal to angle F. So this is the way we have to compare the corresponding sides. And one more logic I will say for you children. Whenever you are writing triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. So many students will confuse here that always they will think congruent means alphabetical order, it should be equal. It is wrong children. It may be equal, it may not be. So here I took ABC, DEF. So no need to follow always alphabetical order DEF. Depending upon the symbolic notations, we have to write the corresponding parts. So if you see here triangle ABC, triangle DEF, no? Logic I will say for you. You write the numbers for each alphabet. 1, 2, 3. Here also 1, 2, 3. Now see children, vertex A is corresponding to vertex D. Is it not 1 to 1? Next one, vertex B and E. Is it not B to E? Similarly, C to F. So, when you see the side, AB is equal to DE. AB means 1 and 2. DE means 1 and 2. So, sometimes, without seeing the figure, suppose I did not give figure for you. Directly, I gave the quotation triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. Looking at this symbolic notation, we people should be able to write which corresponding sides are equal, which corresponding angles are equal. So for that you write 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Depending upon this symbolic notation, we can list out corresponding sides and corresponding angles. So in two triangles, if all the three sides and three angles are equal to corresponding three sides and three angles of the next triangle, then we say that these two triangles are congruent to each other. Now, let me ask you a question. Every time, is it required, whenever I give two triangles, is it required to measure all the three sides and angles in both the triangles? Think once. Will it be will it take so much of time? Yes, definitely. So, in order to reduce the time, in order to do quickly, there are 4 different congruency criteria. So, before we go to congruency criteria, children, just took a glance over real life examples. If you see real life usage of congruent triangles, the dams or bridges, they will be taking help of congruent triangles, and joint wheel where children will go for the rides. In exhibition we will see this mostly. So all the congruent triangles, skyscrapers and architecture in test relations like this, we will be using the congruency concept. Now we will discuss about among 4 congruency criteria. The first congruency criteria is SSS congruency criteria. SSS means what? Side, side, side. Congruency criteria. It means children, see the image here I took. In the first image you observe. Triangle ABC, triangle PQR I took. You can see side AB 5 centimeters, side PQ also 5 centimeters, side BC 4 centimeters, side QR 4 centimeters, side AC 3 centimeters, side PR 3 centimeters. It means children, 3 sides of first triangle should be equal to corresponding 3 sides of next triangle. Already I explained corresponding means how to compare. So clearly you can see 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5 or 5, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3. Same dimensions they are having. Then we say that these 2 triangles are congruent using satisfying which criteria? Triple-S criteria. If any 3 sides are equal to the corresponding 3 sides of the next triangle, then we say that these 2 triangles are congruent, satisfying Triple-S congruency criteria. Now see the next image. In the same slide, see the next image. Symbolic notation I used. Children, if you see the board, did I take any dimensions here? I did not took any dimensions. Just a symbolic representation I am giving. Single line, double line, triple line. Single arc, double arc, triple arc for angles. So depending upon the symbolic representation, we can say, we can write down the corresponding parts, which sides are equal, which angles are equal. So for triple S also, seeing the symbolic representation, look at the slide, all of you, green color one, symbolic representation I given here, right? So triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. It means three sides should be equal in both the triangles, that to corresponding sides should be equal. Now next one you see, SAS congruency criteria. First one already I said, we discussed it just now, triple S, side, side, side. Now next one is SAS. S already you know it stands for side. Then what is A? A stands for angle. It means two sides and included angle in first triangle should be equal to two sides and included angle in the next triangle, that to corresponding sides and corresponding angle should be equal. Now all of you look at the slide. In this slide, SAS congruency criteria, clearly IG is equal to DF, 6 centimeters and 6 centimeters. Is it not? Both the corresponding sides are equal? Yes. Next one, angle, middle letter you see A. A stands for angle. And if you see here, angle G is equal to angle D clearly. And next one, GH is equal to DE, 12 centimeters and 12 centimeters. So in both the triangles, two sides and angle, they are equal. So two sides and included angle should be equal to two sides and included angle in the next triangle. Then we say that the two triangles are congruent, satisfying SAS congruency criteria. Now children, in the slide SAS, did you notice the triangles? Did I draw like this? How I drawn on the board? Both are standing in the same base equally, on the equal pace I drawn. Now in the slide, if you compare with the board, in the slide you can see triangles are in different positions. It might be inverted triangle, it might be horizontal, vertically, in whatever place, if you place the triangle, you must see the dimensions, whether they are satisfying any axiom or not, either triple S or SAS. Like this we have to compare irrespective of the position. So if it satisfies like two sides and angle of first triangle, if they are equal to corresponding two sides and angle of the next triangle, then we say that the two triangles are congruent, satisfying which axiom? Second axiom, SAS congruency criteria. We can say congruency criteria, or else we can also use the word as axiom. Right? Now see the next slide, children. It is also SAS. But what is the difference between before slide and this slide? I am using all symbolic notation. Say single line, double line and an arc. So only two sides we are required here. So IJ is equal to MK, angle J is equal to angle M, HJ is equal to LM. Did you notice two sides are equal and included angle is also equal. So if they are equal, we can say that these two triangles are congruent, satisfying which axiom here, which criteria? SAS congruency criteria. Now third one, if you see third one, it is ASA. Now you must say ASA means what? A stands for angle, S stands for side. So in this, two angles and included side should be equal to corresponding two angles and included side. Clearly you can see, children, 65 degrees, 65 degrees, 40 degrees, 40 degrees, 7 centimeters, 7 centimeters. Did you notice, children, included side, included angle, I am using the word. In the before also, SAS. Now ASA. Included means the included angle or included side should be there between the angles. And if you see 65, 40, in between the base I am taking 7 centimeters. So in the next triangle also 65 and 40, base I am taking 7 centimeters. So if two angles and a side, if they are equal to the corresponding two angles and the side of the next triangle, then we say that these two triangles are congruent to each other. Now, here symbolic representation again. Directly I am using the symbolic representation, children. AC is equal to DF. Angle A is equal to angle D. And next side, can you see next angle? Can you guess what is that? Angle C is equal to angle F. Since we are using only two angles, single arc, double arc, single arc, double arc. So symbolic representation is also very easy, children. Just you must compare the sides and angles. So in both the triangles, 2 angles and included side is equal to 2 angles and included side of the next triangle also. Then we say that it is satisfying SAS congruency criteria. So now till now what we discussed? Triple S we discussed, SAS also we discussed, ASA also we discussed. So side axiom, side angle side congruency criteria, angle side angle congruency criteria. Are they equal? Now I hope you are getting what I am explaining. So 3 sides will compare in this congruency criteria. When the triangles, 2 triangles, whenever you take, there is no mandatory that it should satisfy only 3 sides. No, it may have any one of the conditions. If they satisfy any one of the congruency criteria, then we say that the 2 triangles are congruent to each other. Next one is interesting, that is RHS congruency. Simple. R stands for right angle, H stands for hypotenuse, and S. Here S means side, children. So for right angle triangle, I will draw you and I want to show you. Here, if you see the board, this is a right angle triangle and one more right angle triangle I am taking, children. Everybody know right angle symbol. This symbol stands for 90 degrees. So 90 degrees, it stands for R. Next what is the, what RHS means, next one is H here. When we are now we are discussing about RHS. So R we finished. H means hypotenuse should be equal in both the triangles. Now what is S here? Side. Which side you must take? If you take, this is vertical side and this is horizontal side. This side is horizontal side. Here also vertical side and this one is horizontal side. So whenever 2 triangles are satisfying RHS congruency criteria, children, either we can prove both vertical sides are equal or horizontal sides are equal. Now look at the slide here. If you see yellow color triangles, angle M is equal to angle N, right? Both are 90 degrees. Now hypotenuse, obviously the longest side in a right angle triangle is hypotenuse. In both the right angle triangles you can see 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters. And here I took vertical side, LM is equal to XY, 3 centimeters, 3 centimeters. So here in these 2 triangles, it is satisfying RHS congruency criteria. Then we say that triangle LMN is congruent to triangle XYZ. Now observe the difference between the first picture and second picture. Come on, all of you observe and quickly you yourself answer to yourself what is the difference you can observe. In the first picture, I am proving vertical sides. I took vertical sides. But in the second picture, I am taking horizontal sides like AB is equal to PQ. So either horizontal side can be equal or vertical side can be equal. If 2 triangles are satisfying RHS congruency, then we say that both the triangles are congruent, satisfying RHS congruency criteria. Like this we will be discussing. Suppose if both the triangles are satisfying SAS, if I take SAS, then how should we write? 2 triangles are congruent, satisfying SAS congruency criteria, satisfying triple S congruency criteria, satisfying ASA congruency criteria. So among these 4 criteria, if they satisfy any one criteria, then we say that the 2 triangles are congruent to each other. So no need to check every time all the 6 elements, children, all the 3 sides, 3 angles of first triangle and second triangle. No need to check all the time, all the 6 elements. It is enough to check either triple S or SAS or ASA or RHS. If any one congruency criteria they satisfy, then we say that the 2 triangles are congruent to each other. Now, whenever we are learning any concept, obviously we have to know the importance of the concept and where do we use in our real life. That is very, very important, right? Now let us have a discussion upon that. See the image now. All of you see the image. Congruency in nature. Clearly you can see the trees, the sunrise, the mountains, everything reflecting down in the river, right? So reflection of the clouds also we can see. Reflection of the trees also we can see. They are all congruent. So congruency will be there in nature. Next, congruency in sports. Most of the sports stadiums, when they are, if you observe children, most of the in the stadiums we can see so many congruency parts like the poles, the pathings. Like this we can see the congruency can be used in sports. And if you take the balls, the cricket balls, if you take, they will be taking the balls of having same dimensions. What is the reason? Because it is a competition, it is a game. Every game will have certain rules. So according to the rule, they will be taking the balls like football, volleyball or a basketball. If you take, they will be having the same dimensions. Is it like cricket ball and volleyball, if you compare in your hands, are they equal? No, they comes under similarity. But congruent means they should be have the same dimensions also. Same shape as well as size. So if you see in sports also, we will be using the congruency concept. Next, congruency in architecture. So if you see so many skyscrapers, right? If you go to the city places, if you go to abroad, we can see skyscrapers. So they will be using the congruency of triangles in constructing the buildings. And in the architecture, you can see here historical monuments. If you see any historical monument, congruency concept is lying in that. Now next one is congruency in everyday life. Now observe the images what I gave. Some cookies, some books, pens or else anything if you take, they are in congruency. So they are using congruency in our real life. Now next one, congruency in library. Students, we are all missing our schools, right? Because of the pandemic situation, we are missing our schools. Just all of you close your eyes and imagine your school building, your school library. Everybody are interested to go to the library to read the books. Just imagine your school library and you will get many examples for congruency, children. If you see the slide here, we can see congruent racks. All the book racks are in the shape of congruent, and the charts which we use for decoration are in congruent because same shape, same sizes the charts will be have. So many racks are in congruent. And did you observe any time our library chairs? Most of the libraries have the same congruent chairs because it is the easy way to distribute in the hall. So in this way we can see the congruency in our school library, college library or any library places. Now next, congruency in human body. One example already I gave, that palms. One palm will be coinciding on other. So we say that these two are congruent. Now you imagine what are the other congruent parts in our human body. Like congruent ears, congruent eyes. The footprints are also examples for congruency in our human body. Next, congruency we can also see in roads. If you see all the white color paths on the road, they are congruent. They are of same size and same shape. Most of the signboards are also congruent, either triangle or square or rectangle, like that they will be taking. All the vehicles are congruent. Is it not? Yes. Now next one, congruency will also be seen in kitchen. All our kitchen utensils are the examples for congruency, and so many items. Now if you, after the class you go to your kitchen room, take the pen and list out all congruency objects or articles or whatever it might be you find in your own kitchen rooms. Next one, congruency in military. Not only here I took example of military, children, but congruency concept will also be used in army, in navy, in air force, in military, so and so. Just you imagine so many times for the national festivals like August 15, January 26, parade grounds, or else if you go to any air force stations, they will keep on trials by using the jet planes. Can you see in the slide now? If you see the slide here, children, all the jet planes are congruent. Is it not? They are of same shape and they are of same size. So congruency concept will also be used in military. And one more example is guns. Did you find whenever the people are doing the march fast, they will catch the guns. All the guns are in the shape of same shape and same size. Congruency will be used like that. Next, congruency in recreation. Very beautiful concept it is actually. Recreation means what? The beauty of mathematics. Creating beauty using mathematics concepts is called as recreation. If you see, children, all the designs are of same congruency. If you see the first one, all congruent images they are taking. in our own houses also, elevation, keeping tiles in the kitchen, keeping tiles in the balcony, keeping tiles in our hall. If you observe children, we will be taking the tiles which are having same shape and same size. So these are the examples for that. If you observe in this slide, all same size and shape arrow marks, and here same size and shape horses. Like that we can also use the congruency concept in testillations or recreation subject. So not only here, in Rangoli also we will be finding the congruency concepts. So I hope you clearly got what is the meaning, what is the main difference between similar figures and congruent figures. Now quickly just will summarize what we have discussed in today's class. I explained for you similarity and congruency. Same shape and size, congruent. Only same shape, similar figures. Next we also discussed the important property for corresponding parts, how to compare by using symbolic notation. Then we discussed about all the 4 congruency criteria, SSS, SAS, ASA, RHS. And next, how to compare the corresponding parts using this congruency criteria also we discussed. And the last one is, where do we use the congruency concept in our real life also we discussed. Now I want to give you a small homework for you. All if you listen, what you must do, collect minimum 20 to 30 pictures from your newspapers or whatever source you are having, where we use congruence in our real life. Prepare a collage by using chart and submit to your respective subject teachers in your own school. So this is a project work I am giving for you. Usage of congruency in our real life. As many pictures as possible you collect and prepare a collage, submit to your subject teachers of your own school. So this is for today's children, and do the project. I wish you all the best for the next classes. Thank you.